What's up, guys? My name is Jeff, aka Pumpkin Spice, and hello to all the new players. With the console release, I figured I would go ahead and put out a updated, loadout guide. I'm gonna do each class, with their own specific guide, what I usually run, and basically I'm gonna focus on my crutches. Not so much what I'm playing around with and goofing around with, because I'll use all the guns, seeing as I have over 50 some odd days in match. But just what I lean on whenever I really want to be competitive and win, more or less. The guns I'm more comfortable with to win gunfights. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so today we're going to look at the Gomer pile of Insurgency Sandstorm, the Rifleman. And I want to focus on specifically two guns for each side. So first up, we'll look at the Insurgents. The Insurgents, I usually run the FAL. And you might notice I don't run a whole lot of other stuff. That's mainly because I play a lot of firefight. I don't play frontline or push that much, but whenever I do, I might make room for, say, a backpack. But usually I'll run the FAL. That's my comfort weapon. Real quick time to kill. Recoil is manageable, and you basically, if we're playing push or something like that, I would take the recoil grip off and just run it like that. I usually run almost every single full auto gun with a compensator, because vertical recoil is not that bad. It's horizontal that I have a little bit more of an issue controlling. So that's usually what I run and how I run it. I'll run a 2x Cobra, variable optic, or I'll run a 1.5. With the AKs, I tend to run no sight at all, because that's fun. But which the AK-74 is the second gun that I'm going to use for Insurgents, just because it feels really good. Like, you almost don't even need a compensator. You'd be better off putting a flash hider on it, maybe, or nothing at all. And this is actually a gun where I would probably go against the compensator over the recoil grip. The recoil grip would be more of something that I would use this for, and it's smooth like butter with that recoil grip. It's real easy to shoot and stay on target, basically. But I run everything with an extended mag if it has it available, because I don't use a backpack. And for some odd reason, all the other guns I'll run a Cobra with, but this one I like to run the Mars. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the single red dot, and I know it takes up a bigger amount of your screen space, but I really do like the Mars on this gun. It makes handling recoil really easy to control and staying on target. I don't know why, but that's what I do for that one. So all the rest of these guns are really good. They're really fun to play with, really fun to shoot. But these are my two main ones. And as far as like my loadouts go, if say we're playing something like push, which I know a lot of people are playing, or frontline, I'll run this same loadout until we take the main center point. That's all I'll run. The main idea of not having a backpack is you get on point faster. You don't have to worry about being really slow. And that's something I noticed in firefight. A lot of players that are new and just like stumbling into firefight, they tend to have a backpack, these full loadouts, when the matches, they don't last that long. I mean, you really shouldn't need that many magazines. I'll run the FAMAS, I'll run the VAL, even for the breacher, without a backpack. Just put an extended mag in the VAL, and I'll just run the FAMAS as is. And yeah, sometimes I do end up running really low, or close to empty, maybe even empty, with those guns. Even with the FAL, I will. But I mean, you can always pick up another gun. It's no big deal. And that's just something that's acquired over time. You get used to just jumping in and grabbing those, using those mechanics to your advantage. But that's basically, this is how I run it for firefight. Frontline, say if we're playing push, I might grab a light carrier. I'll stick a smoke as well. I might use a Molotov for entry denial. You get on point, throw a Molotov at a doorway, and then enemy team can't get on. But the point is that there's a lot more flexibility whenever you're not running a fully loaded out gun to use more tactical equipment, you know, more tools, throwing more tools in the toolbox. So that's basically what I do for Insurgents. Now we're going to go over to, I'll just save the load, I don't care. Now we'll go over to security. And for security, this is basically my M4 loadout. This is one of the guns that I lean on. It's real easy to slide into a comfort zone with this gun. And depending on what I'm running sight-wise, usually I do run the red dot. That's what I'm most comfortable with. I wish I was more comfortable with the EOTech because I like the EOTech on my guns in real life with a 3x magnifier behind it. But in the game, for some odd reason, aim point comp M4 seems the way to go. And I don't know what's really, I think it might be the limited sight picture, you know, on your screen, the amount of space that the scope takes up for those really far shots. It seems like it's more focused, I guess, in that, you know, I'm trying to, there's less noise from the sides. You have less sight picture on the sides with this, with the red dot. So there's less of a distraction, you know, especially with some of the ambient animations, paper flying and stuff like that. It's real easy to get distracted from, you know, say a target you're following. So this is basically my M4 build, and just like with most full auto weapons, the compensator is almost like what I'll just automatically go to. It's what I do. It's what I like. And you know, horizontal recoil is not my thing. It's not. Vertical recoil is real easy for me to manage, but horizontal, I'm just not good at it. And this is different for each person, but I'll do a quick draw grip. That way I can, you know, switch to my grenade faster, things like that. I really, unless, if I'm playing like push, I'll switch this to a smoke launcher for sure. But I mostly like to have that quick draw grip, because a smoke launcher, it adds a good bit of weight, if I'm not mistaken. We're not in the test range, so I can't really tell. But that's just my M4 loadout. You know, say if we're playing, let's go ahead, we're gonna pull some of the stuff off. Playing push, I might even, you know, opt to go with the holographic or MRO, depending on what, you know, map it is. Light carrier for push, of course you throw a smoke grenade, but that's why I like to kind of keep that quick draw grip on there, especially if I'm gonna be throwing more grenades and using more tactical equipment. But that's, you know, you gotta have trade-offs. So if I'm carrying a backpack, I'm gonna grab a gas mask instead. You know, you want to be flexible. So that's usually how I run the M4. My other go-to, I'm slowly starting to go towards the AUG, but my other go-to is the M16, because it's a laser. It's really good. Put on 3-round burst, and it's really easy to take people out. Of course, that one I'll run with a 2x, 1x, you know, comp M4, or I will use the Spectre with like a little mini sight on top, mini red dot. I like this gun a lot. This is the only one I would really probably use a 3-point grip on. I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of wasted points. But like, on such a cheap gun, it's not that bad. So like, basically, for 5 points, you just get the gun, and at this point, we've got 5 points with the gun and the grip. And say you go back to this, and you have more points to spend. You don't need a compensator because it's not full auto, so you can run it like that. No issues whatsoever. I like that loadout. Sometimes I put a flash hider on it depending on what I'm playing. But as you can see, I have extra magazines, so I don't really need an extended mag, but I like to put them on there anyway, so I'm used to that amount of rounds before I need to reload. And you have all this other utility right here, including the gas mask, and you still have 3 points to spend. So it's kind of like, this makes the most sense maybe for push, definitely. But that's really just how I've run my guns. That's been my ideal lately, is to get as budget as possible. You know, maybe with a higher fire rate. I like the M4A1 a little bit more for frontline and firefight. But I've also been kind of moving towards the M16A4 in Firefight. I like that gun a lot. Alright guys, that's all I got. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe down below. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. I could talk for hours about loadouts. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I don't have a schedule on Twitch. I might post something on Twitter before I go live. Sometimes I don't, I forget. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.